I think we've gone live. Another Saturday evening hangout. All right. Hope you guys are all doing well. Whenever you're joining, make sure to say hi in the comments. First things first, cheers to 500 videos, guys. Thanks for being with me all that time. We just also hit 450,000 views the other day. So really appreciate all you guys and girls supporting me throughout this. Look, it's been a nervy week. I know a lot of you have watched my snow report from earlier in the week and seen the lack of snow, the postponement to the opening of the ski resort here in Revelstoke. Yeah, the crowd around town has definitely been a bit nervy. You can't control the weather; it is what it is, and definitely looks like winter started a little bit later. But as you've seen, hopefully from the thumbnail of this video and also the community posts earlier today, it is snowing in Revelstoke. It's finally snowing. It started around about 4 p.m. last night. We had a bit of light snow that continued through the night, and then early this morning that got real heavy real quick, and it has continued to snow throughout the day in town and on the resort, which is really good news. It's what we need. It's stopped now. The forecast is looking good for the next couple of days. But in terms of the latest update that I have on the snow conditions at Revelstoke following today's snowfall, we've had 20 centimeters in the last 48 hours. That's on top of the base that we had, which was around 50 centimeter mark. So we're currently looking at a base of 70 centimeters according to the website. Norm, the powder gnome, if you go onto the webcams, you'll see right now he's kind of making a little snow cone right now. He's pretty buried. So yeah, base depth of 70 centimeters right now. And the opening day of the season was meant to be today, but that has been postponed. It's currently postponed. The word around town is that they're aiming to open up next Saturday in a week's time. And given what is forecast, I think that makes total sense, is to give it a week, let the cat drivers get up there and start prepping. But yeah, 70 centimeters base, 20 centimeters in the last sort of 48 hours. The forecast looking ahead, Sunday is predicting another 11 centimeters right now. Monday and Tuesday, currently it's predicting real heavy snow. So this is up in the Alpine. Sunday right now is predicting 11 centimeters with a freezing level of around 1,000 meters. The warmest it's going to get is -5. Moving into Monday, this is like Monday, it's saying 33 centimeters of snow in the Alpine at a freezing level of 1,400 meters. So that's a lot of snow, but there is a slightly worrying trend here. So the Alpine temperature is between -7 and +1. And then come Tuesday, according to the website, we're seeing the freezing level jump up to 2,600 meters, but bringing snow above that of +20 centimeters. All throughout the weekend and into next week, there we're seeing we're seeing this ridge wind of southwest, 35 to 40 km, so real high winds, but it's bringing some warmer temperatures, which is, I don't know, it could go one of two ways, right? Like, things in Revelstoke can change super quickly. I'm hoping that freezing level lowers a little bit, especially into Monday and Tuesday. Like, if it goes above 2,000 meters, that freezing level, that is going to cause some challenges for getting the runs ready to open next weekend. I'm hoping that that's just sort of going to change as more snow arrives throughout the weekend. But yeah, southwesterly ridge wind. The Alpine temp is hovering between -5 and -7. It's a bit dry tonight, so it's going colder. It's going to freeze. The snow did get warmer throughout the day. So this morning we started off about -4, -5 in town. It was that white, dry champagne powder that we all love here at Revi. And then by sort of afternoon, the roads were just like an ice rink. I know there are a couple of guys watching. Thanks very much for joining. Make sure to get your comments in the live chat there, and I'll read them out. And yeah, happy to have a bit of a chat. Especially if you're planning to come to Revi, let me know. I do plan on doing a bit more of an update for you guys. I'll probably film it on Monday in a vlog style and then get it up on Tuesday like last week. The thought behind that is that come Monday, hopefully, when we've had this snow on Sunday and Monday, hopefully the resort will come out with a little bit more information on their website and social media, and I can just relay that to you guys in the video to let you know what their plans are, because they are looking at things on a day-to-day basis, as I've already said right now, and then it really depends what happens in the next 3 to 4 days, in my opinion. Yeah, tomorrow is looking okay, 10 plus centimeters, but it's that Monday and Tuesday right now, which looks like it could go one of two ways. It's predicting real heavy snow, like 30 to 50 centimeters right now in the Alpine, but it's that freezing level that keeps varying. And we've been chatting about this in the office because looking at the forecast, like 1 minute it's saying rain and the next minute it's snow. And I guess that's the worry, right? Is that as this freezing level increases, the it's going to rain lower down on the mountain, which is not going to be fun. The top of the sub peak, the Stoke Chair, is around 2200. So if you're looking at what that forecast is saying right now for Tuesday, the freezing level jumping up to 2600, that means it's going to be raining right at the top. That's going to cause issues, especially if it then freezes. Although maybe a bit of rain won't be bad for the snowpack, because we've not had any significant snow for 2-3 weeks, and the snow that we've had before that has since just had like ice cold freezing. So you don't want this snow to just slide off the top. I'm no weather expert, I'm no sort of avalanche risk expert or whatever. I just know that we need snow and we want to open up. I think the resort made the right decision, obviously, to delay, because there was so little snow, and yeah, we need that good stuff. And I'd rather we open a week later and have real good conditions, whereas some of these resorts, like past a couple of videos ago, I was talking to you guys about thinking about doing a trip to Sun Peaks, like on their opening. What a silly thing that was. Like, I don't know why they opened with literally just one run open. It made no sense. But yeah, I know obviously it's a bit more of a family friendly resort, so if you can get the beginner area open and there's beginners that live in the town, then maybe that made sense. Let's see if we got any comments come through here. I'm wondering if Itz is on the chat, because Itz was on the last one, and he does long range forecasting, so he was able to give us a pretty more detailed response. Itz, if you're watching, mate, we need you in the comments. Yeah, so Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. At this point, I'd say, especially Sunday and Monday, is probably pretty accurate. So that's 11 centimeters at around 1,000-meter freezing level, saying 33 centimeters above 1,400 meters right now onto Monday. I'm going to take that Tuesday forecast with a pinch of salt, because here in Revi, just a couple of days past that, you don't know what's going to happen, right? Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday right now are all predicting snow, with sort of in between 4 to 10 centimeters across that. That could obviously change as we go further into the week. But the good news is, the latter half of the week, is that the freezing level does look to be dropping back down to the valley bottom, which is good. This is a classic early season Revi forecast. Heavy snow, probably some rain mixed in, and then dumping all the way down to the village level, I hope. But yeah, it just means it's been another week of waiting. But yeah, just chomping at the bit. I am definitely going to be using my rock skis still this early on. That'll be the Solomon QST blanks that I used up at Lake Louise the other week, and then yeah, using my old Nordica boots. I will. I'm not sure what the video situation is going to be on the new boots right now, but things are in the works potentially. So I'll keep you guys updated on that. And I have ordered bindings for the new set of Dynastar M3108s. I've ordered myself a set of Solomon Shift Lab 13s so I can hopefully get out there and get touring in the pass this year. The plan, though, first before I do get out touring is to do my AST course. So that's the avalanche safety training, do the level 1 and just get familiar with the variables and factors in play here in Revelstoke. Done a couple of tours before in Europe, but you know, Revy is a whole different animal, so is Rogers Pass. So it's important to be aware of what makes the area unique and what to look out for. But people have been out touring in the past for weeks now, and with this new snow, I'm sure this weekend there's going to be a few people up there. We got a comment here. James Fong, thanks for joining, buddy. Thanks for the update. We're looking to hit up Revelstoke around Christmas. Do you have any idea where I should set my expectation? Are you talking conditions or are you talking opening? In terms of what everyone's saying right now is that they're aiming to open December the 9th, so that's next Saturday. And I think there'll be more information coming out from the powers that be on Monday and Tuesday. Both. Okay, so yeah, like I say, we're hoping to open next week. I'm pretty confident that we will. I think we need about 1 meter base to be able to open. So currently sitting at 70 centimeters, hoping that the snow that we are going to get, you know, that should make it easily. Depends what the cat crew have to deal with over the weekend. Really, I know someone that works there, so I'm sort of curious to hear from them. In terms of conditions at Christmas, like normally December is pretty snowy, I would say. It was a little different last year. Like we actually had a real dry start to the season, but then actually the Christmas week, we had a crazy storm. It was like a 3-day storm, and some people were saying it was like some of the best conditions ever. Are you going to be able to ski from top to bottom? Normally speaking, definitely on the groomers, yes. Some of the powder, the glade areas, maybe on the lower mountains, not so much. But you should definitely be able to, you know, ride all the powder bowls up top. Yeah, especially on the upper mountain. I mean, it would have to be a seriously low snowfall winter for us to not be able to do that at Christmas. So I think you're going to be okay, James. Yeah, I would advise obviously keep checking over the next few weeks, but I think you're going to be okay. Yeah, I left Revelstoke at Christmas last year, went to Vancouver and missed that snowstorm. It was a bit of a shame, but yeah, that was what it was because we didn't get that. We didn't then get any snow until like big snow. We didn't get any big snow until around mid-Feb last year. It was a weird one. Hopefully, North Bowl is open? Question mark. Yeah, I would say so. What I'm going to be looking out for over the next couple of days with all this snow is actually what the ski patrol are doing. So I expect probably as we get into Monday or Tuesday that they will start trying to get into those areas to do avalanche blasting. So I'm hoping to hear quite a few loud bangs in the valley as they try and get in there, because I don't think, excuse me, I don't think there's been any access to that area yet. I mean, and there wouldn't be, right, because of the lack of snow. I don't know how much there needs to be in North Bowl and Greeley Bowl for it to be open. I wouldn't be surprised, like if we do open next week, I wouldn't be surprised if maybe the bowls weren't fully open. Maybe the definitely Separate Reality would be open, and what's the lower section of North Bowl? That's going to annoy me. I think like Meet the Neighbors and maybe Unlimited Assets, just like round the side potentially there, where you could curl into Chopper or that area. But I don't know. I don't know if Gracias Ridge and Greeley will be open just yet. I don't know. It'd be cool to hear from some other people who, yeah, I actually don't know anyone in patrol, to be honest. So yeah, we'll have to see what the reports say next week. But fingers crossed, James. So it sounds like you've been there before, James. What's your favorite area? Is it okay? Oh, first time. Okay. Also, can I get a locals guide to Revi? What's your favorite run? And is it, and because it's going to be our first time skiing at Revi? Okay. So I guess my first thing to you is, I mean, whether you're based up at the resort or not, like either way, it's super easy to get into town, and I would highly recommend going into town to soak up the après in the evenings. Definitely, like the Rockford restaurant at the base of the resort is a really good place to grab some grub. But then, if you really want a good Revelstoke experience at nighttime, you got to go to like the dive bar, like the Village Idiot, and go to a hockey game. Got to see the local hockey team, the Revelstoke Grizzlies. They're some of the best team in the province, and that's like a real part of our winter culture here in town. On the mountain, in terms of what I like to do, I do spend a lot of my time in Greeley Bowl, Gracias Ridge. It became a bit of a favorite. My first winter, I really liked exploring the glades in the Ripper Chair area. But last year there wasn't as much snow in there, and I kind of actually didn't feel confident going in there until very, very late on. I love a good hike to the sub peak and then just choosing what lines to come down there. I delved a bit more into Montana Bowl this year, so that's quite a unique area. You've got to watch out in Montana Bowl because the lower you get down, there's a cutoff point of when you can actually get back. I guess to answer that question better for you, James, what are you, a powder skier? Are you a pisted run skier? Because I love a good groomer more than anyone. Like I love zooming down critical path top to bottom. Fast Freds is always a good one. Snow rodeo, those are some real good intermediate to expert runs that'll definitely get your quads burning. The main thing that you will notice, I think, about coming to Revelstoke, James, is the amount of vertical on the mountain compared to, somewhere like I don't know, somewhere like, say, more the family-friendly resorts. There's the thing that surprised me first coming here was how few lifts there were, but just there's so much terrain to go and ski at the resort. So yeah, don't let the sort of the 2-3 lifts put you off, because the way the mountain is spread out is there's so many runs that you can do, and they're that good that you'd want to do them again. One of my favorite tree runs, I think, I'm just trying to remember if is it Tally-Ho Glades? I think it's Tally-Ho. This is great actually, because you're kind of sort of making me re-engage with all the different runs that I want to do as we get back into this. Yeah, so normally one of the routes that I would do is we'd start off at Tally-Ho Glades. Um, you can access these maps on the website, on the resort website. So just for references, I might start on Tally-Ho Glades, do another run in maybe Still Life Glades, and then by that time, I'm hoping Separate Reality Bowl has opened up around 10 a.m. and then I can push over. So you're used to skiing at Lake Louise and Sunshine. Okay. Very different to Revelstoke. I revisited Lake Louise the other week, but in terms of, I guess, the, that slack country, back country type vibe. I mean, once you come over from Alberta and you go over Rogers Pass, the amount of snowfall increases dramatically. I don't know what the average snowfall is at Lake Louise, although I can maybe tell you. Does not have it on the back of the map. No, doesn't have it on the Lake Louise map. But Revelstoke averages 10.5 meters a season normally. Now, most resorts maybe average 3, 4, or 5. So it's significantly more. The snow quality is very different as well. We are in, I think, the only rainforest in North America on this side. So there's a lot more precipitation, but it's dry champagne powder. So, yeah, if it's good, it's light and fluffy, very easy to ski on. You'll be skiing on wider skis out here. But the pisted runs are not all of them are groomed. That they groom different ones at various times, and the reason why they do that is because a lot of the groom runs are fairly steep, at least at the top. They mellow out a little bit around the mid station, and then they turn into super fun wide rollers. I will say that all the groom runs are long, like real long, and they're good fun. So yeah, I hope that's given you a little bit of a guide there. Sorry, I rambled a little bit. But yeah, if you're looking for a good quality drink in town, you can go to somewhere like Monashee Distillery or Chubby's. George, the bartender there, makes a very good old-fashioned. But yeah, the guys up at the resort, the Mac Tavern is doing a bit of an après this year, plus the Rockford is always a good place to grab food at the end of the day. Highly rate their burgers, both places. How crowded is Revelstoke during Christmas time? If I want to avoid the crowd, should I start my day at the lower mountain? Okay. What I will say is, because of the terrain, the way things are spread out here at Revelstoke, you don't get that many lift queues. Now, I don't want to jinx it because Revelstoke is growing in popularity all the time. We had a very busy period at the February long weekend, the middle way through. I think you should expect Christmas to be a little busy, but you're not talking like these sort of 30, 40, 50-minute wait times that you see at some of these other resorts, even longer. The queues you see at Whistler, for example. We don't get that here because once you actually get up on the gondola to the other lifts, everybody spreads out pretty quickly. Once you start getting into all these different glades areas and the bowls, people spread out, and it just sort of recycles around quite naturally. I would say that a long wait time for a queue at Revelstoke on a lift is maybe like 15 minutes. So I hope that puts things into perspective. On a powder day, let's say we've woken up and there's fresh snow, everybody's going to head straight to the top straight away because they want to get in and they want to do the glades, they want to do the powder bowls. But some days I've actually found that the best skiing is actually found by doing those mid-station lower mountain laps first thing in the morning because nobody goes on them. So, if you've got 5, 10, 15 centimeters over the top of pisted corduroy, it's a real fun experience to do, James. So yeah, that's one way of doing it. But like I said, don't expect massive queues, but also don't be angry if you see a queue. Don't hold me to it. Don't say it's my fault. What about food? What's your favorite? Look, I'll be completely honest. As like eating out generally, can be quite pricey. And as a local, I do sort of eat a lot of my, I do cook, stay home quite a bit. Different if you're out with friends. Chubby's is my favorite. Everything in terms of eating and drinking in Revelstoke in the town, it's all on one main crossroad area, First Street and Second Street. It's all within walking distance. You've got 4 or 5 different bars and pubs. You've got, let's see, in terms of your main areas, you've got the Village Idiot, you've got the Regent Pub, you've also got, I'm missing one obvious one here, Regent, Village Idiot. You've also got Chubby's, which I really like. Chubby's do some really good poutine. I think they've got the best poutine in town. Village Idiot is great for pizzas. If you're looking for something a little bit more sort of variety, we've got Kawakubo, which is a really, really good Japanese restaurant. Seoul Street opened up last year, which is a Korean restaurant. And then, for like nice drinks, definitely Monashi. They're a distillery in town. Fine dining, you've got the Old School Eatery and you've got 112. So plenty of choice. But that is where you can expect a queue, James. Doesn't matter what night of the week. You can go out and you're probably going to be expecting like a 45-minute wait, 45-minute wait for a table. So you'll pop your head in the door, stick your name on a waiting list, and then you'll probably try 3 or 4 different places just to sit down and get a beer. That is one of the reasons why, as a local, I don't tend to go out too much in the winter. But I might grab food while I'm on the mountain, just because that makes sense. Perfect. Thanks a lot. No problem, James. No, I appreciate those questions. And safe travels to Revelstoke. It is not long, mate. You've only got 3-4 weeks. So also great place to spend to do for Christmas. We'll keep my eyes on your channel. Please keep us updated on the conditions. Thanks, James. I will. Yeah, there should be I'll get a bit more of a vlog coming out on Tuesday. So I'll look to film something Sunday, Monday, when hopefully the resort has more info. So stay tuned. Steph.dh1, thanks for commenting. Is there ski-in and ski-out hotel? Yeah, there's only one accommodation on site at the resort. It's the Sutton Place Hotel. It's a brand that is in a lot of other places around Canada. But yeah, it's really nice inside. There's a good variety of different sort of self-catered condos or apartments of different lengths. Right at the base of the resort, it's right on the plaza. So the base of the resort is fairly, it's not a mass developed village resort like you might find at a Sun Peaks or a Big White, like that type of resort. You've literally got the hotel. You've got 2 outlets, 2 restaurants in terms of the Mac Tavern and and the Rockford. 2 real good places to eat. You've then got you've got La Baguette, which is a sort of a coffee and bakery. So a good place to buy pastry and sort of coffees in the morning if you're waiting for the gondola. Then there's all the resort services like guest services, rentals, boot fitting, retail, all of that type of stuff. Everything else in terms of accommodation stuff, it's all based in town, which is 10 minutes drive from the resort. So you there is a shuttle that's run in to get people up to the resort. The drive normally takes about 10 minutes if you're in a car. Shuttle, I would say, is going to take probably between 15 to 30 minutes, depending on all the stops it makes. It stops at quite a lot of the places around town. But yeah, all the other hotels and sort of B&Bs, Verbos, it's all roughly within the vicinity of the center of town. They are developing a little bit now in between at a place called Mackenzie Village, which is a nice place to stay if you want that, again, sort of that self-catered vibe. But yeah, certain places, the ski and ski out hotel at the base of the resort. I'm just going to close this window. Hang on. Getting a little chilly. Okay, so we've had James, we've had Steph. Is the shuttle free or pay per use? Good question. So, from my recollection, I know that if you're staying at a certain place, I think the shuttle bus is free. So, if you're staying at Ski and Ski Out Hotel, I believe that's free. And I also think the same applies if the hotel you're staying at in town is a member of the Revelstoke Chamber of Commerce. Otherwise, it's $4 a go, but you can also buy a variety of bus passes. The resort does not run the shuttle. It's run by a company called Revelstoke Transfers. They are the only company that do like airport shuttles as well from Kelowna in case you were planning a trip. But yeah, it's revelstoketransfers.com, I think. Used to be called Everything Revelstoke, and then they rebranded. Yeah, so they run the resort shuttle. I think their winter schedule is up. I'm just having a look here now. Okay, so they've changed it a bit actually, Steph. So let me just clarify this. So for winter, per ride, it's $2 for an adult. Anyone over the age of 20, it's $2 per ride. For youth, 13 to 19-year-olds, it's also $2. And then for anyone under the age of 12, it's free. So if you've got any kids, that's very useful. They do season pass options for anyone who's looking to do the whole thing. But their shuttle is available now. It does change depending on when you're visiting in the season. But they're stopping at a lot of the places in town. It's about 10 to 15 different stops. So hope that answers that question. Who's next? Who's got another question? These are good questions, these are, guys. Cool. Thanks. Can't wait to come ski. No problem, Steph. Happy to help. And yeah, it sounds like you're planning a trip here. When are you planning to come? I'll make sure to turn the snow on for you when you get here. Yeah, it's I can't wait either. I'm sort of trying to remain calm this week because of everything that's gone on with the postponement. It's just been a crazy week. But now this is my Friday, so I'm off the next 2 days. So I'm probably going to have a bit more time to dwell on the arriving ski season. Nine people watching. Hey guys, thanks everyone for watching at the moment. If you are just joining, just want to fill you in a little bit on the snow conditions right now. So it did start snowing in town last night. We have had 20 centimeters in the last couple, or probably about 36 to 48 hours. So things are improving. The base after today's snowfall is 70 centimeters. We probably need at least another 30 centimeters to be good to open. And at the moment, they are planning to open next Saturday. But we shall see how things play out, because the forecast beyond Monday is a bit touch and go. It's a little bit iffy. Like Sunday tomorrow actually doesn't look. Sunday is saying 10 centimeters right now, but Monday saying a lot of snow, but then the freezing level starts to rise, saying Monday like 30 centimeters plus. So that's a lot of snow. That could involve us getting seriously Revelstoke. Here the highway was pretty bad today. Steph's coming possibly in February from Edmonton, usually skiing at Sunshine, but want to try other mountains. Yeah, if you're planning to make a trip in BC to experience the skiing, Revelstoke is definitely the place. I presume you're flying in from Edmonton. My geography in sort of past BC is growing all the time, but it's not that big yet. But yeah, Sunshine. I visited Sunshine when I was a kid, and I remember getting stuck on a gondola on a cold, icy, windy day for a very, very long time. But I seem to remember it was otherwise a fun day out there. But yeah, it would be different. Like I was saying to James earlier in the chat, like Revelstoke has a lot of vertical that does catch people out. But if you just take your time and put the turns in on those groomers, you're going to be fine. And the views are just spectacular. I mean, if you've skied at Lake Louise and you see the views of the 10 peaks, as you're skiing on a clear day in Revi, you're looking at an entire mountain range on the other side of the Columbia River. Driving is like 6 hours from Alberta. Yeah, I know, it's long. everything in Canada is long to drive. Like I did a trip out to Lake Louise 2 weekends ago and really shouldn't have done it in a day. Like 3.5 hours from Revi to Lake Louise, and then after a day skiing, and then back over Rogers Pass as it's snowing, plus fog, plus rain. Yeah, you gotta take your time with that drive, Steph, especially if you're coming over the pass. Yeah. Or if that's what you're saying. Otherwise, if you were getting a flight, I would have told you to fly into Kelowna. Try and get the connecting flight from Calgary, and then get a shuttle up here, because it's only 2.5 hours from Kelowna Airport. Who else is coming to Revelstoke? I see we've got a couple of other people watching. Anybody planning any trips to Revi this winter? We will open, guys, so don't worry. Like, it's just a bit of a delayed start, and who knows what the rest of the season will hold. I'm optimistic because I think we had a bad season by Revi standards last year, and I think you're not going to have 2 bad seasons in a row. But I don't want to jinx it. Touch wood. So all of those forecasts that I was reading out at the start, that's all based off of the Revelstoke Mountain Resort website. Now, coming from the UK, right, whenever we go skiing in Europe, the main one that everybody uses is snowforecast.com. Now, the reliability of them is pretty slim, in my opinion, from experience in Europe, right? But coming to Canada, this was quite a shock with a lot of people actually swear by Revelstoke, by snowforecast.com. They say it's always been within sort of a couple of centimeters, and it's always been accurate. So let's just pull this up now and actually see what it's saying for the next couple of days. So yeah, come Monday evening, it's definitely saying that at the lower levels, that precipitation is going to come in the form of rain before going cold again. But if we sort of play out how it's going over the higher up elevations, so at 1,400 meters, 10 centimeters on Sunday, 20 centimeters on Monday, a couple of centimeters on Tuesday, same thing again on Wednesday. If we go right up to the top of the mountain, right at the very, very top, it's saying 13 centimeters on Sunday, and again, just what's that, about 15 to 20 centimeters across Monday and into Tuesday morning, and that's it right now. So a slightly different forecast. Well, I'd say slightly. Actually, that's quite different considering how the Revelstoke one is saying 20 centimeters on Tuesday, and then 30 centimeters on Monday, and then they're on 20 centimeters on Tuesday. So, yeah, you just take it with a pinch of salt at this point and see what turns up. I just don't want that rain to come. The rain is what worries me. Like, it might be good for the avalanche risk, in terms of creating a bit of a pack, but it's like if you have all that fresh powder and then you have rain on the mountain, the powder's going to be wasted. It's going to be gone, right? So, yeah, I don't know. What do you guys think? Have Looks like the live stream has maybe gone cold a little bit here, guys. If you've got any questions or want to say hi, make sure to pop them in the comments. I always like to read them out, guys, so don't be shy. Now, the last time I went live in the evening, around this time, I just started to do my spiel to wrap it up. And then people started commenting again. I'm hearing bangs outside. It sounds like avalanche blasting. I've just heard two. Reese, you've joined. Thanks for commenting, buddy. There we go. See what I mean? Like I was just about to do my wrapping up spiel for the live stream, and then someone comments. Thanks for joining, mate. How deep is the snow in town? We only started to get snow sticking on the ground last night. So we've had about 15 centimeters in town, I'm going to say. It's 20 centimeters on the mountain. So it's solid in town right now. The skies have cleared a little bit tonight. So it's probably going to go quite cold. And I think the snow is going to start rolling in again tomorrow morning. So that'll come in overnight. It's saying 10 centimeters tomorrow. We shall see. You know, like the way it works in Revi is like a 5 centimeter forecast can turn into 20. So, yeah, I mean, it was coming down pretty hard for quite a few hours this morning. I've got a couple of other pictures like that. The picture of this thumbnail, that's from downtown this morning. And it was like that for 4 or 5 hours today. Kind of quietened down by about 3-4 o'clock, and then it stopped snowing. But hopefully the next set of clouds will roll in tonight. But it's the top of the mountain where we should be worried about, to be honest. Yeah, a meter base is roughly what we need to be able to open up. That's not having. I'm hoping that's fireworks. You are kidding me. Who the hell is setting off fireworks? Really? Really? That was unexpected. Have the snow guns been going? I honestly don't know. I've not seen anything, certainly on the lower mountain. It's not been cold enough past the mid-station Gondi. Like if you saw the video I put out on Tuesday, and that was me last weekend, there was literally, it was a dusting down to the mid-station up until basically last night. They may well have been operating the snow guns higher up on the mountain, probably working on like the last spike to try and get it down to the mid-station. But I don't know how far they've got on that, to be honest, Reese. But really good question that is. Normally they would. Like last year, they had the snow cannons firing all the way down to the bottom. Like it was cold enough, we just didn't have the precipitation. And then when we opened up last year, you could actually ski all the way down to the bottom. Stephen Scott, snow fireworks. I know. It's not quite thunder snow, but it was close enough. I'm not going to lie. There was a second there where I thought, oh, you know, is it something a little bit more serious. But no, it's all it's definitely fireworks, and it's 2 or 3 houses down. So that was pretty close actually. But the dog upstairs is going ballistic. So yeah, thumbs up for the fireworks on the live stream. Thanks for joining as well, Stephen. Appreciate you chiming in there, mate. Yeah, snow fireworks. So snow cannons, yeah, no, I don't think they have been blasting. If the temperature is going to be dropping cold, then maybe they're going to be able to churn them out. I actually, because it depends, right, on which type of snow cannon you have, and different ones can work at different temperatures. So we don't have an extensive snowmaking network like some of the other resorts, like your Sun Peaks and your Silver Stars, because we don't need it normally. Yeah, I don't know what our numbers are on that, but like I say, normally we just rely on the snow. It's honestly the fact that November has just been so low for snow this year, and it was off to a good start. Like we had some snow down in the town probably around the first second week of November, and then just the last couple of weeks as part of it had just been nothing. And yeah, I don't think the resort had any other choice really. Don't think we had any other choice but to delay it for. It wouldn't have been a fun time if people had gone on the resort like that. That's why I keep saying about the Sun Peaks thing. There's like they opened up 2 weekends ago with what, like a 5 mile green run and then the beginner area. Like the only people who were skiing that is probably the residents who were based in the town with kids. Some Lake Louise was not bad. When I went, I was quite impressed with how much was open so early on. But so many people. Like I get it. Like you're nearer to Banff, right, and you're getting more city people. But yeah, so many people. I don't know if anyone from that area is actually on the chat, because I know that they've actually had a bit more snow than we have. Like I know they had some snow last week, so I imagine things have kind of opened up. I don't know if they're going to get hit by this storm as well on that side of the mountain range. Like normally things hit this side and they don't always go over. So for everyone who's watching, I've got a simple question for you guys. Do you think Revelstoke will be open this Saturday? If you think so or not, put a yes or a no in the comment. Put them in there. Give me a yes or no. What do you think? Are we going to open up on December the 9th? Reese says, hopefully. Yeah, I hope so. Reese, are you planning to come to Revi? Like, what have you got a trip planned this year? Stephen Scott, fingers crossed I'll be there Thursday. Okay, yeah, you're on your way. Yeah, I'm hoping it should be good by then. Definitely chat back early next week, Stephen. And then we'll get a bit of a rundown on what the conditions are like. I think they're going to be. I'm holding out hope, right? I'm staying positive. Anyone else? What do you other guys think? Guys and girls, what are you saying? Are we opening? We've got hopefully and fingers crossed. So we're all still a little bit nervous, is what it sounds like, right? Anyone like super confident or anyone a skeptic? Come on, what do you guys think? Put them in the comments. Come on. All right, guys. Probably going to wrap it up here. If no one else has got any more questions or comments, glad we're finally getting some snow here in Revi. It's been long. It's been a long, long way. And the forecast is looking good. Just everyone keep getting their snow dance on and hoping that temperature level stays lower. I don't believe that Tuesday temp. I don't see why it would jump so high. Like I don't believe that. But appreciate everyone watching. This is the 500th video. So again, like thanks to everyone who's been watching at this point. And please make sure to like the video if you did enjoy this. I am planning to go live again on Monday. I've got an old friend who's based out in Austria who they've had a wicked start to the season. They've had so much snow over in Europe. And he's going to come on and talk a little bit about his own ski brand that he's working on with a bit of clothing. That is these guys, Peace Heads. If you know them or not, they're going to be joining on Monday. It's going to be a little bit more of an earlier time for everyone in Pacific. I think it's going to be around about 11 o'clock in the morning our time. I'll post on the community posts about that. But yeah, it's going to be for any UK viewers around 7 p.m. and then 8 p.m. for the Central European crowd. So make sure to tune in for that. And then I do plan on doing a snow report vlog to bring to you guys on Tuesday. So stay tuned. Keep an eye on everything. Thanks for watching, guys. Have a good weekend. And I will speak to you all very soon. See you guys.